Guys, if you're to go into my garage gym, you would see several pairs of Hayabusa gloves right next to my heavy bag. I used their incredible gloves as recently as this morning, but all throughout my UFC career. Hayabusa boxing gloves are incredible. They're comfortable, and they offer the most advanced wrist and knuckle protection in the industry. On top of that, their design and impeccable craftsmanship set them apart from any other glove manufacturer. Hayabusa's two-strap wrist support system is patented. It's backed by extensive research and development and works in tandem with their splinting technology. This keeps the hands and the wrist protected from harmful and unnatural bends. Those who have tried Hayabusa gloves understand it. If you box at any level, for general fitness or elite training, guys, you need to own a pair of Hayabusa boxing gloves. You're going to get free shipping, 90-day guarantee. You get your money back. There's no risk at all. Visit HayabusaFight.com today. Experience these incredible boxing gloves for yourself. Here's a question for you. It's a question that's going around. I was asked this question. I'm going to ask it back to you guys, but who's the better boxer? Conor or Max? Those are your options. Hard one, isn't it? Hard one. Because how do you want to break that down? Do you want to just go, I don't like Conor, I'm jealous, he's got a whole bunch of money, so I'm going with Max just to piss Conor? No, come on, really answer the question. Who's the better boxer? Think of it in this terms. Your son is going to go be a boxer. Genie pops out of the bottle, old scenario, but you have the power to give either the skills to Max before your son goes and gets in the ring to box, or you have the power to give the skills of Conor to your child before he gets in the ring to go to box. That's how you'll know you're answering this question, honestly, okay? So who do you take? You're going to have precision, you're going to have power, and you're going to have speed going to Conor. But you're going to have precision, you're going to have timing, and you're going to have output going towards Max. I mean, don't forget that. Conor gets so much credit for, boom, being a sniper. Max doesn't miss either. And Max will dig to the body and come upstairs, and he'll hit you with something called punches and bunches, to quote the great Clayton Hires. Punches and bunches. If you can touch it once, touch it twice. And if you can touch it twice, there's no reason you're not hitting it 3 times. If you can hit it 3 times, hit it 4. I mean, punches and bunches. So which would you rather have? That one-pad punch, laser precision, knockout power of Conor, or the ability to go all damn night like Max? And I don't know that I have the answer. We've only seen Max made to look bad in boxing once, and it was by Poirier. But we're not having the conversation of who's the best boxer, Max, Conor, or Poirier. We're identifying that it's Conor or Max, even though Dustin outboxed Max. But I agree with that. Dustin had a great strategy to throw off Max's rhythm and to never let him get started. I don't know that many other people could go out and duplicate that. I also think Max learned how to correct that. I think Conor was very bothered that Max said he was the better boxer. That bothered Conor McGregor. And I don't know how we could ever crown anybody in this sport the best boxer within the sport unless we see that person box. And Conor's the only guy we saw box who, by the way, did it for a half an hour with Floyd Mayweather. I mean, in fact, I say Conor. I say Conor's the better boxer. That's what I say if you want my answer. But I think that you could have a real dialogue there. I think that Max certainly has a claim to it. So then all of a sudden, these two, when they're talking about this, they're talking about, well, let's just do the rematch. And Conor said, great, we'll do it. And then Conor got a little bit specific and said, we'll do it at 55. I'm not coming down any lower. You got to come up to 55, but let's go ahead and do this. And I don't predict for you that we're going to see that fight in the immediate future. That fight seems to work for me, but any fight with Max works. Any fight with Conor works, right? And I get people that come out all the time that think they're the smartest guy in the room. I would put a card to guy who would be the best pro. I would put Masvidal against this guy and Conor against this guy. And yeah, anybody can sell a Ferrari. Get back to me when you can move the Jetta off the lot, okay? So I offer for you, it is very interesting because I do think that Max is going to go up, and I think that there's a couple of guys that should go up, can go up, and even need to go up. Max is not in the need. Max is not in the need spot, but he will be eventually. Max is a big guy, and he's a young guy, and he's a tall guy. And he's going to do what we call fill in at some point and just have to go to 155. Not to mention, he's going to enjoy his life and his career more. I think that Max got a bad taste in his mouth going to 55. You remember the time he went to 55 to take on Khabib and the commission came in the back and said no more cutting weight? So that would be a bad taste in his mouth. And the second one is when he actually did it and got bested by Dustin. That'd be a bad taste in his mouth. But Max also didn't give himself a fair shot. The night with Khabib was on a number of hours. I mean, you talk about weeks or days. He was on hours' notice, did the best that he could. Going against Dustin, he wasn't fully committed to the idea. Wasn't fully committed to it because he was still the champion at 45 and had to go down and defend that. So he couldn't commit to the idea. I just bring that to you because it is a very compelling matchup. It was a great match the first time that they did it. And you can talk about Conor's knee all that you want. It was a damn good match. That's what I'm talking about. Was it a competitive match? Yeah, very competitive. It was a good match. And it also didn't quite go the way that you would think. Conor had a lot of time on top. When's the last time you've seen Conor take someone down and be on top? Conor had on top time. It's a very weird match in that regard. It was competitive. But I do like the argument that they're having, and I also think that it spoke to the sincerity of Conor. Conor didn't say, yeah, I'll fight him again. He didn't do that. He started to lay out the terms for which he would fight him again, which means he was serious about it. And you can bring all these guys to the table. Conor hasn't said no to any of them. Look at last year, Conor wanted to do 3 more matches. We didn't get it. If there was a mistake of 2020, that was it, by all of us. You fans should have demanded it more. Commentators should have talked about it more. Promoters should have made it happen. That was a miss. And if we're not going to make that mistake again, it doesn't really matter if Khabib comes back or not. If one of those 3 fights is against Khabib, okay, fine. If it's not against Khabib, okay, fine. There still needs to be opponents in a relatively short period of time, and we need to keep Conor busy. I'm only bringing that to you because it seems as though Conor is very open to any idea. He was talking about Al Iaquinta the other day, and again, that wasn't off the cuff. He had very specific reasons he wanted to fight Al. Much like when he's talking about Holloway, he's got very specific requirements. Well, he's got one. You got to do it at 155. That's fair. I think you're gonna be busy this year, and I think we're gonna see a lot of Conor. And I'm not totally in love with the idea. I'm not totally sold on the idea that Max is going to sit on ice and wait around for Volkanovski, the winner of Volkanovski-Ortega. I'm not totally sold on that. I'm not pushing back. I'm just ready to keep the dialogue going. I'm open to new ideas, and I'm suggesting for you we're going to hear those. Then it will largely be up to you, the audience, to decide which idea do you like best.